Available market. Master dealers are always asking, how do we calculate projected sales for first, second, and third year? Well, you can start by recognizing how easy it was for you to recognize that this is a destructive technology, that this is going to change construction forever, and for all the reasons, for all the same reasons that you actually picked up a call, picked up the phone, called us, for all those same reasons, you'll know why everyone in all these different industries are going to be interested. So, big list keeps getting bigger all the time. But let's just make it simple for you, okay? So, you have a state, okay? You have exclusive distribution rights for that state. Every printer sold in that state as a master dealer, you're going to make about 30% every single machine sold. But not just that. Master dealers have realized that when people drink the Kool-Aid, get excited, they want a machine. And they don't want to wait 3 or 4 months to get it. So they've gotten smart, and they're telling customers 20% more, 30% more. I'll get you one immediately. We've got one available. Okay? At 20% more on top of the 30% that you're making already, you're making more money on the printers than we are. Okay? Number one. So, I'll just begin. Multifamily homes, single-family homes, commercial warehouses, commercial restaurants, commercial convenience stores, commercial utility structure, commercial buildings other. Starbucks, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, 7-Eleven, Circle K, commercial. Small, easy prints, okay? Guest living quarters. Sheds and garages, storm shelters, prepper rooms, home property walls, development walls, wave walls, living walls, highway walls, retainer walls. We can print walls. Retention block, patios and pilasters, children forts, trampoline retainers, pools and spas, waterfalls and water features, artificial boulders, landscape seating and benches, nursery large planters. You seen those planters? I mean, they're like $1,500 to $2,000 at a nursery. You can print these things for like 70 bucks. If your printer's ever sitting still, you're an idiot. Okay? I don't care what if you're printing homes, there is a myriad of retail products that you can print, run second crew, third crew. If you're not, I mean, come on, guys. Everything this printer touches, it makes money. And so, yeah, those planter boxes and stuff like that, print them, consign them to all the local nurseries in your state. I mean, my hell, right now they have to ship those things halfway across the country to get them to the nursery. You got, shrinkage with breaking and so forth. They're retail outlets. They're paying top dollar to be on major roads all over the place. Just make them for free. Consign them to the nursery. And when the people come in and so forth, they're not going to sell in your warehouse. That's what I can tell you. But you get them out in the public, they're going to sell. Consign them. They cost you nothing. It's not like you're consigning $10,000. Okay? You're consigning hardly nothing. And that's how you sell it. And when you sell those 5 or those 6 or 2, call me, we'll make you some more. Okay? And that's just landscape nurseries. We're not talking about the barbecues that you're going to do. Custom curbing, quarter round, okay? 24 inches, quarter rounds to go around a tree. You got trampoline surrounds. I mean, number one reason that kids get hurt, trampolines, okay? My kids have had them. number of reasons dads get hurt as well. In any case, trampoline surround. Stackable, 4-foot sections, 18 inches tall. You know how they do it now? They take cinder block, all the way around. They dig a hole, they put it in the ground, and they have to retain that soil somehow. Okay? That product doesn't exist anywhere. They can literally come and buy this, stack, stack, stack all the way around. Okay? Get up to this high, fill a few cells full of concrete, you're all done. Okay? A product that's not on the market that should have been for forever ago. And then you got agricultural and farm. I mean, I can make irrigation ditches, pre-printed. Just on and on and on. All you got to do is think about it a little bit. Go to all your furniture shops. Give them some pilasters that you have printed. Let me see. Do I have a pilaster? Oh, there it is. Okay. Pilasters. 4 of these makes a really cool granite table outside. Okay. A few of these outside. Okay. You can't sell that to an outdoor living furniture company. Hell yeah, you can. 4 of these, put granite on top of it. Take this, put a piece of granite on top of it. Okay. You want it to be permanent, put some liquid nails down. Something. And you've got stuff that isn't available anywhere. So if your printer is sitting still, you're not thinking. What about these? Landscape nursery. Okay? Everybody, most people, they buy a home, CC&Rs, they have to put in a side walls and rear walls quickly. You can sell sections of these. You can make them so that they're stackable. They can literally just put these down their side yard, and they have their 30. I mean, I've printed about this tall, so they're easy to pick up. Okay, and call it a zipper wall. If you want a pilaster every 4 feet or whatever else, throw one of these things in there. Give them some choices. Voila! You know, you people. I don't think people like the vinyl crap that's available on the market. They certainly don't want to do cinder block. You got guys out there trying to lay cinder block and everything else. These here, you literally come and stick them on the grass. Okay? Here, let's make it look pretty for you. Ugh, shit. Who keeps saying that this stuff isn't strong? Okay. There we go. Okay. Several of these. It's just got to be big enough so the dog doesn't run through it. That's it. Okay. All kinds of combinations, all kinds of designs. You can do wave walls. You can do half rounds. There's just a myriad of different products that you can make and be selling at retail, like getting a 5 times markup, and the nursery can still double their money. Art statues, all different types of statues. Permanent monuments, temporary monuments. We got a guy that bought from us. You know what he's doing? The only reason he bought from us is to build structures, elements, logos, huge things for stuff like Burning Man, these big, big expo events. Cool stuff. But he has a printer that does it. And he's using an aircrete mixture. Okay? Lightweight. He's able to print this really tall stuff. So in a market that's very competitive, expo management, he rules. Okay? Since then, he's said, well, hell, I got this printer. I might as well be using it for other things. He bought a bunch of property up in Moab, Utah. He's printing these bungalows that look like rocks because it's in the red rocks. He's using red dye. Okay, guys, you won't be able to sleep at night. Okay? The list just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Sign structures, large letters. Holy hell, guys. Okay? I wish that one was the right one, but time's moving. Can you imagine forming this thing up We got video of us printing this. Okay? And incidentally, if you buy a concrete printer, you're really going to need a CNC router. Okay? Something that will allow you to make cabinets and countertops and all the cool stuff. It's cool making walls that look like this in your living room and in your bedroom. But if you can't make countertops that match it, trust me, you don't. 10 grand. For 10 grand, you can get a 4 foot by 8 foot. Actually, you can get a 5 foot by 9 foot CNC router that will cut your Corian countertops, cut everything you want that just fits perfectly into your drawing. You print that. You throw a sheet of this 1/4 inch laminate on the CNC router. You cut it all out. Bolt it on the front. Put some LED lights behind it. Cool stuff. Okay. Stuff that is very, very marketable. Monument letters. Okay. You can charge $2,500 a piece for each letter. Okay. And what's it cost you? $50 to print? Nothing. So, and if you don't want to put plexiglass in front of it, pour the damn thing solid and put tile on the inside and finish the outside edges so they look really nice. I mean, run around town. You want to go to a general contractor and say, hey, I noticed you're a general contractor. How would you like an 8-foot hammer out front of your place next to your logo or your sign? You want a saw? You want your logo? What do you want? So it makes money no matter what you're doing. Okay, what about building permits and the building department? None of this stuff I've talked about includes building permits or anything. Never mind that building permits cost you nothing. So, they're not cost you nothing. They just, not a problem. Sign structures, sign large letters, dome roofs. Did you see the dome roof we just printed lately? For a guy that's out in Texas who's building 20 foot, you saw the 20-foot studio that we did? This is the roof for the studio. And by the way, domes suck. We spent 3 days trying to figure this damn thing out. Because when you start off, you got an 1/8 inch. 1/8 inch. Okay? A little more. Pretty soon you're a quarter. As you get further, now your cantilever, talking about cantilever, your cantilever changes to a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, 2 inch. Your passes keep getting faster and faster and smaller. If you don't have a batch plant, a mini batch plant that is changing each batch of material going through, and incidentally, a batch is about 2 cubic foot of material. If you don't have a batch plant that's adjusting as you go, changing the mix formula. Well, these other guys are screwed. They're like, yeah, buy my printer. Oh, by the way, you got to buy my mix. Okay? Well, guess what? You can't print a house with a mix. The mix that we use at 5 o'clock in the morning isn't the mix we're using at noon, let alone an hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later. While the walls look like crap. Okay? They either look like crap or they're printing in a warehouse with a machine that's so damn heavy that you can't move it anywhere. The footings, 4 feet wide footings. Okay? Anyway, that's a different video. Coming soon. It's going to be exciting. Okay? Okay, where were we at? DOT. Okay, Department of Transportation, sound abatement walls, light standard bases, K-rails and A-rails, bridge columns and pilasters, storm drains and unions. I mean, why not? Why aren't we printing all the underground stuff? Okay. Utility manholes, septic tanks. Okay. In our sleep, we can do septic tanks. Sewer drain pipes, a little more challenging. The right customer comes along and says, James, let's figure this out. We'll figure it out. Every day, you can't believe the people that crawl out of the woodwork. I mean, weird people, strange people that nobody wants to talk to, with the most ingenious ideas you've ever seen, that come to us and say, hey, can we collaborate on this? Can we figure this out? Can we do that? It's been crazy. Okay. Sewer drain pipes, clean outs, junction chambers, municipal water tanks, military deployment communities. municipal water tanks, military artillery testing structures. Do you realize the military is paying millions and millions and millions of dollars a year to have people build stuff so that their airplanes can come in and drop bombs on them, so that their ships can shoot stuff and see if they can hit it, so that their tanks can shoot at stuff? And then you know what they do? They bring in these big DC cats and knock all of it down. They build it and they do it again. Okay? The difference is we could just be hitting print, printing all this stuff, and it's more lifelike. I mean, how hard is it to? I could shoot a 22 through MDF, or half-inch plywood, quarter-inch plywood, 1-inch plywood. We'll print something that's a little more realistic to what's being done all around the world. People don't build plywood around the world. They build with concrete. Trash receptacles, boring. Farm silos, kind of interesting. Okay, farm silos. We're working with Exxon down in Mexico right now because they realize, holy hell, this thing can print these water evaporation silos and so many other things on their power plants that they're building. They're like, what can we do? Well, come talk to us. Give us a little money for R&D. Let us work with you. We'll figure it out. You're going to be super happy in the end because it's going to cost you about a third of what you're paying right now. Let me see. Farm feeding troughs, farm irrigation ditches, farm fencing posts. Guys, the list just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every day around here, it feels like Christmas. It didn't feel like Christmas for 3 years. What it felt like, we were bleeding to death financially. Okay, it's $100 grand. Keep the lights on, pay the bills, all the employees, everything else, every single month, and we did that for 3 years. And all you mechatronics students out there that are thinking, well, hell, I could build a concrete printer. It's just an X, Y, Z, and you got steppers and drivers and what? Okay, whatever. Okay. We spent all of our time in chemical engineering and software engineering. And designing our own motion controllers and motherboards and everything else that goes to our system. So I was naive and stupid once also. But right now, it's feeling a lot like Christmas. So, okay, master dealers, okay? We want to know 4 things, okay? I want to know that you have some construction experience. Now, it's not absolutely necessary. I've got 3 master dealers that have never touched a hammer, okay? So it's not absolutely essential, but it helps. It really, really does help, okay? Business experience, that you know to run a company, answer phones, send out stuff, speak to people right away, customer support, customer service. That would be nice. I can teach you how to run a printer. Can't teach those 2 things. I can't teach you what a general contractor does every single day. Keeping products on the site, keeping subcontractors on the site, babysitting those subcontractors. There's some challenges out there right now. I mean, if you've taken a look at lumber prices lately and what's going on, people are canceling projects because studs went from $1.50 a stud to $7 right now. It's just ridiculous. Here in Utah, we can't even order a TGI. Forget about that. The prices have just gone through the roof. Guess what? We can get sand, cement, lime, and specialty mixes we need to do what we're doing. So, regressing. You have a state. Okay, master dealer. We wanted those 2 things. Construction experience. Business experience, please. Okay. After business experience, we want to know who you are financially. Okay. Not interested in talking a lot until you can prove certified financial. Okay. Who are you financially? When you do this, we have spent 2 years screwing around with people like, oh yeah, we're big, we're doing this, I'm doing 50 homes a year and this and that and everything else. And then we waste weeks and weeks and weeks with these people just to find, hey, have you heard from Tom lately? Have you heard from Sean lately? No, we're trying to get financing figured out. Here's just for all you guys that think you're going to get financing, let me help you. If you don't need the money, the banks will loan it to you. If you don't have something to take away, the bank's not going to loan to you. Okay? That's the reality. Nobody finances based on a good story, a good idea, a good business plan. Okay? That hasn't existed for 40 years. If you don't need the money, you can get it. If you have assets exceeding the amount you're trying to borrow, you'll get it. Anything else, it's a pipe dream, okay? Probably not going to happen. So then the next step, okay, we'll go over and talk to our rich uncle or rich grandfather. You know, I go to church with a guy that works in banking. Guys, okay, we're really at this point getting far off base. So we, you know, people come here, they tell us the big stories. Oh yeah, we own this, we own that, we have all these lots, we built all these homes and all this kind of stuff. But then when they get here, and they're excited. When they leave, they're doing cartwheels out the front door. They are blown away. They're like, wow, we're millionaires. This is amazing. But if you're not in a financial position to move forward, to buy, what, $400,000? 2 printers equaling $400,000 to be a master dealer? It's just not going to happen. Meanwhile, we believed those little stories and we got excited. Oh, wow, okay, all these different people, they're super excited. So, we don't believe so much anymore. What we want to see now, I want to see, same thing. You go buy houses, you want a realtor to actually get up out of their chair and do anything with you, okay, pre-qualified. If you're pre-qualified for the purchase, they're like front and center, Johnny on the spot. Okay? I want to work with you. Where can I pick you up at? Where can I drive you around to? Pre-qualified. We want pre-qualified people. Okay? And I apologize, guys. You know, those who work at a real slow pace, and we'll still work with you. We'll still answer questions. We'll still answer the phone, which is quite the feat in this industry so far. But we're going to help you all along the way. Even if it takes you 2 years, okay, we'll still answer the phone. We'll still talk to you. But the ones we meet with here, okay, pre-qualified. That's, hate to do it. We're not doing it because we are mean-spirited or anything else. We're doing it because we have been down that road. So, okay, you have a state, okay? And in that state, you have cities, okay? And in those cities, you have people that are doing homes. You have people that are doing barbecues. Block walls, okay? And let's say pool spa. Pools and spas. Sign. Okay. There's the complete list. And our video guy is going to make this a little more easier to read. But let's just take these, okay? Let's throw away this list of 80. Let's just take these. Homes, barbecues, block walls, pool and spa, signage. Every one of your cities, your major cities in your state, have contractors in these fields. Never mind the other ones. Just those fields, okay? As a master dealer, we want representation of each one of these cities in at least those fields right there. Okay? And what we want, okay, we told you 3 things. Construction experience, business experience, financing. 4. Okay? Number 4. What are your 1, 2, 3 year projections for sale? We think of this as a chair. If any one of those legs is missing in a chair, it can be a challenge. Okay? It's not impossible, but it's less likely. And so, we want first, second, and third year projections, because we can have somebody that has, for financing, okay, all the money in the world. They can have construction experience, and they can have business experience. But they come back and say, hey, James, I think I can sell 3 of these next year. We're done talking, okay? We're not going to be stupid. We have people all over the country that are applying as master dealers. We're going to pick the people that are giving us the best numbers. But that being said, somebody comes back and says, hey, James, I'm going to sell 1,000 machines for you. Like, okay, awesome, love you, but show me the math. See, we're not just going to take a number. We don't want people to fail. We need to see the math. How did you come up with these numbers? Okay? You're going to have to show the math to them. And you may have tapped into something that's just amazing, and maybe you will sell 1,000 machines. Okay? But we want to see the math. We want to make sure it's realistic. We have to understand it. If we understand it, then we'll move forward. If we don't understand it, you throw a big number at me just for the hell. And this isn't a number of projections. It ends up in a contract, okay? It is a guarantee. I'm not going to give you a state and let you play around in it and dance in it, and we got contracts. You know, divorces suck, okay? The attorneys make all the money. The attorneys win. The husband and wife, they both get screwed, okay? So, we want to see the math. It needs to make sense, but we're not into just people throwing big numbers at us. We don't want to go through a divorce. They're painful. We want to know that you can do, based on everything you've shared with us, what you say you can do. You don't build a huge organization worldwide by defaulting people and kicking them out and getting in legal battles and so forth. So, we're going to make sure it's extremely fair, extremely doable, and we're going to work with you like none other. You've heard some testimonials of people that are like, it is so difficult to begin a relationship with James because he keeps telling you, no, you can't come, no, you can't come, fill this out, do this, complete this. You know, it's hard to connect with James. But once you have, okay, you got my cell number. You call me at 11 o'clock at night. You call me at 5 o'clock in the morning. You call me whenever you need me. My job is to help you be successful. There's no greater compliment to Mudbots than our master dealers and our customers kicking the crap out of everybody and doing exactly what we said was possible. The only way it's going to happen is a partnership, it's a relationship, it's a marriage. Okay? So, we don't want to go get pregnant with people that, woohoo, 1,000, I'm going to sell 1,000 machines for you. We don't want to get pregnant. It's hard to get unpregnant. Okay? So, be realistic. Okay? We're going to be realistic. So, 3-year projection. Sonia's going to say this is quite messy. We'll stick with it for a little bit. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 industries. Here's what we know. Okay? A home builder can sell to other home builders. They talk the same language. Pool guy, okay, he can sell to other pool guys. All these cities, he can help with that. Okay? Pool guys do not sell well to general contractors who are building commercial or residential single-family homes. So in every one of these, you got 1, 2, 3, every one of those, you have 5 individual markets. You're not signing up one dealer in a major city. You're signing up 4 or 5. Okay? These signage companies, you sign up a signage guy here and here and here and here that will go out to other signage companies and say, here. Now, it seems weird at first because you're like, a signage company that's making money selling signs and they're able to do these monument letters and do all these cool things. They're not, why would they be motivated to sell other signage companies? Okay? We have a saying around here. When you sell one printer, you sold 10. So, we'll come back to this. Okay? When you sell one, you sell 10. So let's talk block wall, okay? Whoops. Too much coffee. Okay, anyway. The way this is done is you do coffee and donuts once a week. I don't care which industry, okay? Here's your list, okay? We're going to do block wall one week. We're going to do pool another week, spa. We're going to do barbecues. We're going to do underground, landscape nurseries. We're going to invite these different people to come and see us. And if they're coming to see you, and by the way, we give you everything you need. The invitation letter, what you should say, how to say it, follow up, everything to make you successful at getting people to come and see you. First of all, there's very few people that don't want to come watch a 3D concrete printer print a spa, a waterfall, a barbecue. Very few people, okay? So, it's not a real hard sell. I mean, normally it's like you got to call, you got to get past the gatekeeper, the secretary, whatever else. It's like, hey, sweetie, we're going to 3D print a barbecue. Okay? Make sure your boss gets this one. He's going to be, trust me, he's going to want to see this. And we'll even give you the supported videos that you can say, and watch this video so you can see kind of what we're talking about. But anyway, we're calling you and inviting you for coffee and donuts. 30 minutes. Come on down. See what we're doing. Okay? Trust me, people want to see this stuff. We say 30 minutes because everybody's busy. I mean, people are running companies and they got customers screaming and new customers to sell to. People are busy. But and by saying 30 minutes, that doesn't seem like that much of a commitment. They'll swing on by. I guarantee you, 5 hours later, okay, you're still going to have a herd of people there. Because when they see it, they're just like, I mean, when we went to World of Concrete the first time, and we had spent a lot of money developing the printer and the batch plant and sensors and all the crap that goes along with it, playing with mixes till we got something that would print higher than 18 inches. I mean, the whole world's just printing 18 inches at a time, and they go home, come back, and they print another 18 inches. I can print with Bisquick and print 18 inches. It's no feat, okay? Printing 8 foot and having it look gorgeous, top to bottom, that's something else. Anyway, you invite these people, you tell them 15, 20 minutes, casual, come by, have coffee and donuts. We're going to be printing this today. Swing by whenever you want to. They don't go home, okay? They are there. They're asking questions. What's really cool is their competition is there also. Because we do it by industry. So we call the block wall guys one week. They all know each other. And they're seeing this thing, and you see fear in their eyes, like, crap. Okay? Because they see their competition. If just one of them, if just one of them buys it, all the rest, they got 2 choices. They can roll over and cry, or they can buy a printer. Because once your competition buys this printer, you're screwed. Okay? They can do it in 1/10 the time. They can do it for 70% savings. They can offer designs that just nobody else can offer. And incidentally, nobody's discounting. People that have bought printers from us, they're not lowering their prices because they can print and produce so much faster and so much cheaper. They don't reduce their prices. Okay? Everyone else is building this. Okay? Boring. Cinder block. Worse yet, cedar fencing that's going to last a year, turn gray and look like crap. PVC fencing, warps in the sun, not super exciting. Okay, but let's just talk cinder block. Okay, CMU, cinder block. Okay, they're still out there trying to peddle this crap. Okay, you know what you're doing? Okay, you're printing stuff that looks cool as hell. Okay, when I thought cool as hell, is our pilasters. Okay, stuff like that. Our zipper walls, our weave walls. Okay, here. Okay, they ain't doing this stuff. Okay, not even close. Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, just stuff over there. Okay, we're printing stuff that looks like this, gets like this, goes like this, goes like this. Guys, find some 12-year-olds. They know how to do 3D. Okay, break them away from Dungeons and Dragons for a while, and they'll be happy to design this stuff for you. That's nothing. But anyway, our pilasters, boom, boom, okay, boom, 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 okay, stuff that is just amazing. So these guys dominate the market. They destroy the market because everybody's tired of this crap. And you know what I got to do with this cinder block wall to make it look good? The cinder block walls don't look good. Okay? Stucco, the finish. Hey guys, we finish our walls, our block walls, while we're printing them. And our house walls as well. We're the only ones that teach this concept. Everybody else is doing 18 inches at a time. Going home, then every home, there's an hour and a half to clean up. Okay? You get back in the morning, an hour and a half set up, to start to print another 18 inch. Remember, I can print with Bisquick 18 inches at a time and get it to stack and stay. So, when you sell to just one block wall contractor, okay, you just sold 10. Nobody can compete with the design that is being offered now in the prices, and they're not going to roll over and play dead. Okay, what they're going to do is call Mudbots, but even more. Okay? I can take the logo. I can take a number 2 pencil. Okay, number 2 pencil. Walk around and poke holes in the shape of their logo, or just random holes all over the wall. Drop LED lights in. They got $200 for a set. Changing colors all the time. Now we have a living wall. At night you got this wall that is twinkling. Why? Because we're not building out of CMU cinder block. Okay? In our walls, they're hollow. They're hollow. Okay? We can go through these walls, poke random holes in it, drop LED lights in the middle, and there's nothing obstructing electrical to run through the middle of these things. Okay? Yeah, you can take and put for your pilasters every 12 feet or 10 feet, whatever your code is, you pour those solid. And if you want this to tie into this, we can print this with the relief area for the other one to sit into it. whatever you can think of, the printer will print. And so our guys are doing this kind of stuff. And then not only that, we are finishing the wall while we're printing. Okay? Our walls can look baby butt smooth. Okay? That is perfectly smooth. How did we get there? A flat trowel. We started off right here. Okay? You want a sandy finish? You put a sponge trowel on it. You work it while you're printing. Then you put a smooth trowel on it, and you'll be as smooth as this wall right over here. So, we're not building a dang block wall and then sending a crew back the next day with more material, more costs to try and make a wall look good. We sponge trowel it while we're printing, and you end up with this. Okay? So our guys can do so much more that makes this obsolete. In one of my videos, I talked about my father. He was in, we did drywall and taping. And all of a sudden, he wasn't getting any of the work anymore. He's wondering, what is going on? I keep losing all these bids. We're not getting work. A company called 𝐘𝐨𝐮 came out, and they built this thing called a bazooka. Okay? You pump a bunch of mud in it. You walk down. It puts the tape down. It puts the overcoat in it. All you got to do after you lay it down is trowel it out. And my dad was out of business. Guys, this is a disruptive technology, just the same. My dad had no choice. You roll over and play dead. Say, Tom has a concrete printer. We don't have a concrete printer. We can't. My dad was out of business until he went and leased a set of these tools. You couldn't even buy them back then. You had to lease them. People don't just roll over and play dead. Their livelihood depends on it. Their workers, everything else. You got to buy the latest technology if you want to stay competitive. And I'm telling you, we're a year away. If you don't have a concrete printer, you're not printing home. Because the contractors, consumers, architects, the engineers, they're already on it. Okay? They're so excited about the stuff that we can do now. Stuff in the past was cost prohibitive. You could not do it. Now you can. And it costs nothing. You can do it in a fraction of the time and for a fraction of the cost. So, again, getting back to master dealers, how do you make projections? You can do it by not being naive as to how instrumental this tool is going to be in your state, your cities, or those who you sign up as dealers. Now, when you read the master dealer agreement, it's going to talk about, okay, it's going to talk about your free state in your major cities. Every one of those major cities, we spent a lot of time just talking about what? Block wall. Okay. The reality is, guys, I can talk just as long for every single item on this list. That's the advantage you're giving these people. So when one block wall contractor in just one of your cities buys our product and starts using it, destroys his competition, we sold 10. We sold him, sold the other 8, 10, 6, 4, 2, I don't care what the number is. We sold all of those as well because they're out of business without this. That's how disruptive this is. Okay? So, we just use block walls for a moment. Signage is the same thing. Okay? You saw over here. Okay? Arial font. Okay? I can print M's can also do it in sans serif. I can do it in Times New Roman. No forming, no nothing. I can print it 3 feet tall like this. I can print it 7 feet tall, 8 feet tall, 10 feet tall. I can print logos. I can print monument letters. Okay, the name of a company, the name of a park, the name of a development, and on and on and on and on. Let's say there's 5 pool contractors. You sell one of them. You sign him up as a dealer. Okay, you share some of the profits with him. Okay, master dealers make 30% of the retail price of every single printer sold in their state. You sign up a pool contractor. He just wants to buy a printer. He wants to build pools with it. He's excited. He's jazzed. Okay? But you talk to him about the RMD. Okay? The master dealer agreement. You talk to him about the master dealer agreement. But I don't want to sell printers. I'm a pool contractor. Okay? I want to sell pools. Last thing I want is for anybody to know about this thing. Well, guys, everybody that calls Mudbots says the same thing. We don't want to do sales for Mudbots. All we want to do is build homes or build pools, barbecues, whatever else. And our question to them is always, how are we going to keep that a secret? I mean, honestly, think about it. There's no way to keep that a secret. The media's out there. They're shooting video. Okay? The first guy that's a master dealer, the first guy in every state that actually prints something, then you call the media, sexy story. They want to come down and see it, do the story. The first guy gets $500,000 in free media. It's not just the news, it's not the newspaper, it's not radio, it's not TV, okay, social media, trade organizations, blogs, and on and on. They all want to write this story. We're saving humanity. Okay? We're making homes affordable for people that work for �Winco Foods and Smith Foods, who work at 7-Eleven, work at Starbucks. Okay? We have a vehicle, a product that allows those people to actually own something now. So, the first guy gets all the marketing. He gets all the free media, the excitement, the hype. The second guy doesn't get crap. Been there, done that, old story. Okay? So, being first in your state is important. Master dealer gets 30%. He gets to decide, what am I going to give when I convert this pool guy into an actual dealer? And how hard is it? You know how much work he has to do to build pools? Coordinate materials, get subs out there. Let's talk home builders for a second, okay? To build a home, to make $100,000. Once they realize that they're going to get the free media, there's no way to keep it a secret. The only difference in not being a master dealer is 2 months down the road, everyone's going to be calling Mudbots and saying, I want a printer. I have to have a printer. I have no choice but to buy a printer. Okay? I'll mortgage my home to buy a printer because if I don't, I am out of business. The only difference is 2 months later, Mudbots makes all the money. And you're losing 30% of every one of those other fellas or gals that is in the trade, that wants to be able to compete. They have to have it to compete. Okay? So how much money is that? 30%? Okay? And that's not up there. That's without them adding 20% on top of the retail price to be able to have it right now. Okay? Our master dealers are smart. So they're looking at it that way. Okay? They're making 50% more than we make. More power to them. Okay? Our average printer, 40 by 40. Okay? You're talking basically 400 grand. 50 by 50, 500 grand. 30 by 30, around 300 grand, a little under 300 grand. So, $300,000. A lot of zeros. Sorry, I didn't get through high school. But anyway, 300,000, 30%, made $90,000. You sell a 50 by 50, $500,000 to a contractor, developer, $500,000, good paycheck. Okay? So, these people that think, no, I just want a printer, I just want to print product for myself, I want to sell product, I want to compete, destroy my competition. It doesn't take very much conversation to help them realize that, guess what, guys? Okay? You're doing all the heavy lifting anyway. You're doing the first engineering, you're passing code, you're on the news, you're using this technology that's being used all around the world. Okay? You might as well get something for all the work that you're doing for Mudbots. I mean, we're happy to have you just buy a machine from us. We make all the money. Versus you being able to make your money. Okay, right there. So, quite simply, you go in, anything over 100,000 population, you go in and you estimate how many home builders are there, how many pool contractors are there, how many block wall contractors are there, how many sign companies are there. How do you do that? Go to Google Maps. Google Maps, put in a city, and it's going to put little red dots everywhere. Add them up. Okay. Eventually, there are, let's say 7. Okay. There are 7 pool contractors. Okay. There's 8 of those. There's 4 of those. Okay. There's 9 of those. Throw it on a spreadsheet. Go to the next city. Do the same thing. It's going to take you one evening of sitting down and saying, okay, Salt Lake City, Cedar City, Provo. You start picking the bigger cities in your area and you pool contractors. Okay? Developers, builders, block wall contractors. There's going to be redundancy as you go to city. But for the most part, you pull up each one of these, you look at it, go in an Excel spreadsheet. It's not just for us, it's for you. You have to, this is going to get you excited. When you start doing it and getting done, trust me, what's going to happen is the number's going to be way too big. And you're like, oh, I don't want to send this to James. Okay? You're going to play with it and reduce it and get it down. We just want to see the math. I want to see your spreadsheet. I want to see what and how you came up with 1,000 homes a year. Okay? So, that's the process, and that's what you do. And the whole time you're doing it, okay, remembering this, remember how you feel right now. How you felt before you actually took the time to call us for the very first time. And the process of you learning more and more about it. And how you couldn't sleep at night. And how you, in every industry that you looked at, you saw potential and ways to make money having a printer. While you're doing all this other stuff, think about that. That's what we want you to think about. Because it's the same. And we're getting 30, 40 calls a day. People registering. Okay? This isn't a hypothesis, an idea, a concept. People. This is being done all over the world. I mean, they're building hotels. They're building professional office buildings. Okay? It's not hypothesis. And, you know, the idea of code or passing this or that or whatever else. I mean, look at what we've said about ICF. Okay? Or CMU. cinder block or polystyrene foam, there's no structural strength to polystyrene. There's no structural strength to ICF. The strength comes from putting rebar in it, filling full of concrete. We hate to see that, okay, because it's not necessary. You're not printing polystyrene. You're not printing foam. You're printing concrete, okay? You're printing something that is twice the strength of a cinder block. You still have questions that it can pass code? It passes code everywhere. Your projections, add up all your cities. Okay, add up all your cities. And I've got industries. And roll down. Okay? And come to us with something that makes sense. These are our projections, James. We feel in this city. And let's just simplify, okay? Pick a city. Let's say I only sell pool, signage, block wall, single-family homes, commercial building. Those are Starbucks, 7-Elevens, McDonald's, all that kind of stuff. I mean, those are really easy for us to do. Okay? With every city, boom, 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 boom. First year, come on, we're not going to bust your balls on this stuff. Okay? We don't want unrealistic. But we do believe if you do coffee and donuts and invite the right people in and you're printing something that's relative to their market, and you just do that once a week. You have to buy 2 printers. You spend $400,000 to buy 2 printers. You give us projections we accept. You got some reasonable experience. Guys, you're in. Okay? And from there, okay, 10, 1 through 10, 10 biggest cities, different industries per city where you can sign a dealer up that can go sell to other people within that city. Did nothing more. And what we're really talking about here is 12 months worth of work. I mean, if you're doing a presentation once a week, you get a billboard out on the freeway, which is required. Okay. And you're going to put a billboard up, put it by the exit leading to the building department, because every contractor in the valley has to take that exit, drive to the building department. They're going to see this billboard. We break concrete. What's your superpower? Or anything else. We have multiple billboards available for you already. Choose the ones you want, move them around a little bit. I mean, literally, if you did nothing more than that, you're golden. So, but every city, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, come up with a number. Maybe you say, hey, I just really don't see this working for pool guys. Okay, okay. You don't, others do. Okay, 4. That's first year. But after those initial people buy a printer, destroy their competition, start stealing all the work, what do you think is going to happen? The others that are competing with them don't have a choice. Like my father, 𝐘𝐨𝐮 and Drywall, we don't have a choice. So anyways, I hope that helps you with a little bit of the ideology and the thinking and what we know to be true. Take the time, one evening. You're going to spend a lot of time on Google Maps. You're going to be spending a lot of time on an Excel spreadsheet. You're going to be trying to figure it all out, how many of each one of these people in each one of these markets. Getting rid of the redundant part, that's kind of a pain in the butt. A lot of the stuff shows up in multiple. When I'm searching, there we go. The cool guy here. Lots of times he shows up here as well. Okay? And maybe over here. Ask your 13-year-old. She'll be able to help you. Get rid of, once you make your Excel spreadsheet of everybody that's on there, she'll be really good at being able to say, yeah, here's how you get rid of. And you can search by phone numbers and delete them. So they're only going to show up in one place. Anyway, we want to work with you. We're excited. The industry's excited. Going crazy. Don't know if I said it before, but we did about 780 people registered on our site last year for information about concrete printing. We did that in the first 2 months of this year. It is out there. People are seeing it. They're understanding it. More than anything, the need is so intense for affordable housing and stuff that that's what's driving everything. The need, the demand. So it's an exciting time. We want you part of our family. We want to work with you. Sold more machines than everybody in the world combined. We have more content than everybody in the world combined. I mean, go to our site. People are like, oh my gosh, there's 7 hours of information there. You got to learn it sooner or later. You're not going to buy until you do know all this stuff. 7 hours? Holy hell. That's the tip of the iceberg. You think we put everything online? I got tired of educating the whole world and all my competition how to do A, B, C, D. I've been talking for 2 years about the fact that they don't have a phone number. It seems pretty elementary to me. Even as a high school dropout, if you're in business, you might want to answer the calls. You might want to talk to people. A couple other people have started to catch on that, yeah, it's time to have a phone number. I hate to be their business consultant teaching them, business 101, but it appears we have. That's all right. You know what? I'm their free business consultant, and they're my free marketing arm because they're out there smoking mirrors, putting stuff up, putting all this information out there. The reality is nobody buys a $500,000 printer or a $250,000 printer without kicking the tires and talking to everybody. When they finally get around to us, and see what we do, we answer the phone, we sell robotics all over the world. It's real simple. So I think of all my competition, they're my marketing arm. They're throwing up videos, they're creating excitement, they're introducing people to concrete printing. I love these guys. I love them. Okay? They're a marketing arm. They're introducing people, but they buy from us. Introduce, and they introduce, and they introduce, and end up buying from us. So I love them, appreciate them. I don't think they love me, but I love them. So enough said. Guys, take it. Adderall, sit down in an evening, start Googling cities, industries, blah, 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 blah. Get us some numbers, and let's get you on a path to more money than you've ever imagined in your life.